Hey everybody, Michael with the Sky's the Limit Aviation channel here. In the April 2023 update of Adobe Lightroom Classic, they have introduced an AI-powered denoise feature. Will it stand up to Topaz AI Denoise? We'll have a look at the feature in Lightroom Classic, and I'll let you know what I think. So according to the Adobe Newsroom, the latest version of Lightroom Classic, version 12.3, has AI-powered denoise added to the program. Since I am an Adobe Lightroom Classic user, I thought I would go ahead and give it a shot here in this video and see how it does. Right now, according to the press release, using artificial intelligence, Lightroom Classic now can efficiently remove noise from bare or X-trans raw images while preserving the finer details. It has a quick little JPEG of the denoise function in the detail panel and some instructions on how to use it. Now they say the lower the number, 100 being the highest and 0 being the lowest, the lower the number, the better the denoise. So we'll try that feature out. What the denoise does is it processes the image as a new DNG file, and then it's saved as such as your original file name, enhanced DNG, and it's placed next to the source image. Then you finish off your editing and you just export it as normal. So they also note that denoise can only work on bare and X-trans raw images, although they have said that other image types will be added in later releases. They recommend you denoise your image before applying other tools such as masks. Once the image has been enhanced, it cannot be processed again. And denoise is also a GPU intensive feature. Therefore, you want a faster GPU to enhance your images quickly. So let's go ahead and go into Lightroom Classic. And I have got a Delta Airlines A321 NEO November 522 Delta Alpha in here. So before I do any actual processing, we'll go through the usual steps, and we're going to go ahead and scroll down to the bottom. Go ahead and remove our chromatic aberrations, enable our profile corrections. Here's the denoise feature when we get to it in a little bit. We're going to check for any dust spots, and we have none. And we're going to go ahead and crop our photo and get it framed up using the regular methods that we use when editing. So I'm going to edit this just as I would any submission photo that I'm going to do for jet photos. And that looks good there. Now it says to run the denoise before you do any other editing. So we're going to go ahead and click on denoise, and it'll load the enhanced data. Here's our enhanced image. It says click and hold preview window to see how it looks without. So here's without the enhancement, and here's with the enhancement, and you can scroll through. I'm going to go over here to where the tail number is. So here's unenhanced, and there's enhanced. And it says the lower the number, the better the enhancement. So you can definitely see a difference here at 1. You can see the artifacts here in the background. And at 100, they're definitely gone. And it says the lower the number, the better. So let's do this, run the slider. Looks like about 65 on the amount. Probably looks pretty good. So go ahead and click the Enhance button. And as you can see over here, the GPU is doing some thinking while it does the denoise enhancement. Now, does this hold up to what Topaz AI does? It looks like it does pretty good. I've seen a lot of examples of photos that have been run through Topaz AI. And it looks like Adobe's done a pretty good job here. Now, one thing I did notice when I was editing some photos last night is once you've gone through the editing process and you get to the point where you're sharpening, you do lose a little bit of the denoise, and you can manually add some noise reduction in there. So let's go ahead and continue editing. We'll go through the usual steps first. We'll go ahead and play with our exposure. And that looks good right about there. We'll go ahead, hit Alt, and do our whites. Bring that slider over there till that artifact is gone. Alt and hit blacks. And like I've taught in the past, back off of it until you do not see any more blacks. And we're good there. We're going to zoom in, add some shadows to the underside of the aircraft, or eliminate shadows from the underside of the aircraft. That looks pretty good. And we'll add just a little bit of blacks because we're starting to clip the blacks a little bit. Go down, add just a touch of texture, little bit of clarity, clipping back in the blacks again. So we'll add just a little bit more to the blacks. Dehaze. That's looking pretty good. We'll go ahead and add some highlights. Play with the exposure. Again, just a little bit. Back off it just a hair. And then we can go down to the sharpening. And as you can see, it kind of starts to put some artifacts back in there. So this is where you go down and you can manually adjust this and remove out those artifacts. A little bit of heat haze since it was a semi-warm day yesterday. I'm going to back off the exposure just a touch. And add some contrast. And that's looking pretty good. So, in my opinion, Lightroom Classic does a pretty good job with this new feature for removing noise from the photographs. I am definitely impressed, and I think it's going to probably give Topaz AI a little run for their money. And again, I've seen a lot of examples of Topaz AI in action, and it is a good, powerful program to use. But Adobe looks like they have leveled the playing field. And then we just export our photo as normal. And we'll go in and go to my photo edits. And open that with photos. And there we go. That looks pretty good. Again, with the heat haze, this isn't a photo that I'm going to put up on Jet Photos, but this is definitely good for Instagram. So I am quite impressed with the ability of Adobe's Denoise feature to automatically remove the noise. Again, remember, the smaller the number, the better the denoise, and you can always fine tune after you've done all of your other editing. So we're going to head and close this video out, and I hope you enjoyed it, and definitely give the denoise feature in Adobe a shot. Don't discount them. They're definitely doing some good things. So this is Michael with the Sky's the Limit Aviation channel here, wishing you a wonderful day and a wonderful week, and we will see you all in the next video. Take care. Bye-bye now.